When this quarantine started, I saw it as an opportunity for creativity and fun and a bonding time, staying at home with my family. My college-age son was forced home and I got to celebrate his birthday with him. I went big for Easter.
Here.
Welcome to High Stakes Easter Egg Hunt at the Hornock family. I have with me our first contestant, Noah Hornock. I ordered large amounts of stuff from Amazon and Target. I encouraged my kids to creatively play. I went on daily jogs and I watched every episode of The Tiger King. I set up social distancing hangouts with my kids and their grandma. But right about the time they started telling us to wear a mask is when it all went downhill. My kids would not leave me alone. They wanted food and entertainment and love all day long. They left me notes everywhere asking me to do stuff. I felt overwhelmed and exhausted, and I really just had nothing left to give. All I wanted to do was hide from them and dream about going back to school. So that leaves us with a lingering question. What do we do? How do we behave? How do we make it better when we have nothing left to give? What do we do when the therapy and the school and the house cleaning and the food making is so much that we have zero left to give our families and we have zero desire to be with our families? When my daughter Lizzie was 4 years old, we had kind of a clarifying moment. And it was something that happened that I know is the autism parent's biggest fear. My daughter was a runner and she often eloped every chance she got. And so I was on this rare weekend away with friends, and my husband had all three of our kids at the park. And the kids are pretty close in age. My oldest was 6, Lizzie was 4, and Noah, our baby, was 1 year old at the time. And so he decided he had to get out of the house. He was going to take them to the park like any family should be able to. But it was a lot to handle with all 3 kids. And so he was pushing Noah in the swing, and Andrew was playing and supposed to be kind of helping with Lizzie. And then Lizzie was systematically going around the park just in big circles. And so there was only maybe a little tiny second that he couldn't see her when she would go around in this circle. And so you get to predict her pattern and you get comfortable in that. And only you guys would understand that. So he's watching her while pushing my youngest in the swing, and then making sure my oldest is okay also. And she would go around and around and around. And one time she just didn't come back around. And so he didn't think much of it. He got Noah out of the swing and went over there just thinking he'd see her just around the corner, and she wasn't there. And so he began searching for her, and he's carrying a baby, and then he's pulling my oldest behind him trying to search. And after about 5 minutes, he realized, she's not in the vicinity that she should be in. And so he was being slowed down by the boys. So he had to ask a complete stranger to take care of the boys while he began really kind of getting frantic looking for Lizzie. 5 more minutes went by, couldn't find her. The cops were called. 911 was called, and they came really quickly. And so now we have the police, and every single person at the park has gotten wind of this, and they're all looking for Lizzie. And this is a huge nature preserve. There is on one end of it a very, very busy road, and on the other end is a creek. And so 15 minutes goes by. It was probably 25 minutes total, and somebody starts screaming that they found her. We found her, we found her, we found her. My husband runs down to find the lady, and she points over to Lizzie, who's just clueless as all could be, happily splashing in the creek, of course, in the water. And she was totally fine. But it really made us think, because you know that in many cases it doesn't turn out fine, and we were the lucky ones. And it put everything in perspective. I just had this moment of clarity where I realized that the only thing that matters is the people you love. And when you strip down all the expectations and what you want and think that you need for your life, nothing else matters. And if the only thing that matters is the people you love, then you know what doesn't matter? What doesn't matter is a perfectly clean house. What doesn't matter is beautifully planned and executed meals. What doesn't matter is schoolwork done right or even complete. What doesn't matter is planning fun activities to entertain your kids. What doesn't matter is how much screen time they have. What doesn't matter is if you even get that therapy done or if they even make progress during this crisis. The only thing that matters is the people you love. When we strip away the expectations, it leaves us with the time and energy to just love and be with our family. Because the simple fact is that we have our families with us right now inside the house. As frustrating as it may be, it's just something we should never take for granted, especially in times like these. I love you, mamas. I believe in you. You got this.